Hi, this is The Greatest Story Ever Played. I'm Dan.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to be talking about Afterparty. Before we talk about the game, though, we wanted to say thank you to Nikki for becoming a supporter on Patreon. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And I guess also, if you don't know about our Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/TheGreatestStoryEverPlayed to find out about it. The really gist of it is if you want to pledge $1 or more to us, then you get access to these bonus episodes that we record on the Patreon page only. And they're topical in nature, where we discuss things like what our favorite gaming system is or our favorite games from childhood. Those are two of the episodes that are up on there. But we put an episode out each month that is just on there as kind of a thank you if you'd like to financially support us. So, if you'd like to do that, please check that out. We'd super appreciate it. But again, thank you, Nikki, for the support.
Yeah, thanks. Before we jump into, I'm getting over being sick. So if I sound weird to you, it's because I'm sick or whatever. So just fair warning, I sound kind of weird.
Right.
And you might hear some coughing too, but that's me. Jumping in, Afterparty. You are Milo and Lola, recently deceased best buds who suddenly find themselves staring down an eternity in hell. But there's a loophole. Outdrink Satan and he'll grant you re-entry to Earth. Control Milo and Lola with an intelligent conversation system that changes the story into relationships based on every decision. Uncover their personality quirks and foggy history during the wild events of the night. Every step is up to you as you stumble through the underworld. Go on a hellish bender, uncover the mystery of your damnation, and drink Satan under the table.
All right.
That's a pretty good summary of the game.
Yeah, good description. Background on the game. The main thing being is it was developed by Night School Studio, who is known for developing Oxenfree, which I think was our first episode, or one of our first two.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
throwback.
Throwback. We of course enjoyed Oxenfree, and so we had to get in on their next game. So that's kind of what got us here. And then also we wanted to just do like a quick rundown of some notable main characters and their voice actors for it, because there's a lot of familiar names here. So we've got Lola, who's voiced by Janina Javinkar, and she was in Star Wars Battlefront 2 and also in the TV show True Blood. And then we've got Milo, who's voiced by Cal Dow, who was in Detective Pikachu. Then we've got Wormhorn, who's played by Erin Yvette. And we know her from being Alex in Oxenfree. She was also Snow White in Wolf Among Us.
Did not know that.
So that's pretty cool. We've played those games, so fun to have her. Then we've got Sam, who is voiced by Ashley Birch, who we know and love from Chloe in Life is Strange, of course, and then Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn. So she's pretty great. Satan is portrayed by Dave Fennoy, who we know as Lee from The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Also, we've been playing through The Walking Dead right now, as you would see on our feed. So this is pretty fun getting him in a new context.
His voice was definitely a little deeper in this one.
Yeah.
But it was definitely him, which is really cool.
Yeah, you're like, Lee. And then Ono Skelis, who's voiced by Jackie Tan, who she plays Melrose in the TV show Glow. Have you seen that show before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's great.
Is it funny?
It's super funny.
Okay.
It's very good. Everyone should watch Glow on Netflix. It's very good.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's great. I really like it. Then we've got Apollyon, who is portrayed by Sarah Almalia, and I know her from playing Katie in the game Gone Home, which I played a while ago, which was cool. And then Sissy Jones does additional voices. Her character... Actually, I think she just did a bunch of the side characters. But I put her down because she's been in a lot of games we've played. She was Joyce in Life is Strange. She was Delilah in Firewatch. She was in Katja in The Walking Dead. So we've heard her all over the place. And her character wasn't specified in like the credits or anything that I could find. But I think that means she probably just did a bunch of side demons that you like met on the street.
Yeah, probably.
Is my thought. But those are some of the voice actors. There are other ones too, but... I did kind of pull a lot of the ones who were either main characters or ones that were in games we've played, because just being like, I know you.
Yeah.
So, being that this is a brand new game, we decided to do some spoiler-free thoughts at the front. So typically we just, later on we'll jump into like an in-depth recap and, deeper thoughts in full spoiler mode. But since it's a new game, we did want to kind of give people the chance to hear a little bit about what we thought about it without having to have the game spoiled, since it's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess some brief spoiler-free thoughts from us. One thing is that this game is very, very funny.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever played a game that's made me laugh so much. I was just laughing the whole time, and from the beginning, like right away, it's funny, and it just stayed funny throughout, which I was super impressed by.
Yeah, even just walking, like, as you're walking around, you just overhear people having conversations, and they're pretty funny too. It's just, the whole feel is like sarcastic, and like, I mean, there's some like non-sarcastic jokes too, obviously, but the whole feel is, it's just super goofy. Even the serious moments are kind of funny.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it just keeps the jokes rolling, like, the whole time. And even so much that you're, like, the demons talking about their jobs and stuff like that. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
which obviously they're, like, torturing people.
Yeah, they're, like, torturing people.
Yeah.
The whole vibe is really funny, like,
yeah,
funny dark. It's, like, it's got that the whole way, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of my thoughts too. I don't think I've ever played a straight comedy game either, if that's even a thing. But
right,
yeah, this was very much that plus like a really cool story.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't just jokes and like, jokes between doing things. It was like it had a story and like stuff going on that was engaging, but just everything kind of had a funny tinge to it. Yeah, and
another thought too is this feels very similar to Oxenfree. Like, even the map reminded me of it. Like, the dialogue did, too. It was witty, I guess. Yeah. Witty, sarcastic, funny. So I actually like this more than Oxenfree, personally. I think the overall story was more engaging and, like, way more interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I like the characters more, too. So I don't know if you liked Oxenfree better, but if you like Oxenfree, you probably would love to play this game. Maybe even like it more like I did.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. And also, like Oxenfree, it had the same kind of voice, or not voice, but conversation wheel or whatever. There's
pop-ups.
Yeah, the pop-ups, there's three options, and they're different colors usually. And you choose one, but if you're not fast enough, you miss out on the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this more or not. I'm not sure. And I think I like them both a lot, so that's
fair.
That's where it's kind of hard. I don't know. It's hard because I felt like I would compare them and be like, how much? But they felt like they're very similar, but I think maybe because the content's so different. Because the other one, Oxenfree is, teen story. It felt pretty at home with some of the other games we've played, whereas this one I don't have like a...
There's nothing to compare it to.
I can compare it to Oxenfree because it's made by the same people.
Yeah, same feel.
Yeah, of that, but then...
The narrative, though, is, nothing like this ever.
How there's not any other... Maybe anything, a book or movie I've heard of where you out-party Satan to escape hell. Like, no, I can't. Just such a...
can't think of anything.
Yeah, just wild kind of thing. So, I do very much so like it. And we read it off top, but I love the voice cast in this game. It was fun having so many people, and like I knew the characters like names ahead of time, but then like going in, I hear Ashley Birch and I'm like, that's just what Chloe's doing. Whatever. Like it just would feel like it right away. I'd recognize them, and that was really fun. I think it definitely. I mean, I don't know. Investing in your voice cast is a good move. Like, good voice actors can make a game even more fun, and this one really did that. Yeah,
and not only were the castings great, and like the voices fit the animated people, whatever, but it was also really well done. Like there was, I guess the acting was really good too. The voice acting, for sure, really good. And something similar to Oxenfree too is I think the soundtrack was really cool. This one's I forget Oxenfree was kind of techno-y electric. I feel like maybe indie kind of. This was more like hip hop kind of feel. But I thought it was really enjoyable. There's a lot of cool beats. I was like, I like that.
Yeah. Some of the bars I really liked going to again. I'm like, this room in the bar,
just
and
to hear
then
the
it's
music.
Like that. I think it was one of the first bars, but one of the first bars has the music from the trailer. And I really like that.
That was my favorite one too.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to hang out here.
Yeah, just sit here and keep drinking different drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, which was great. Like, that was super cool. But I guess my last non-spoiler thought is this is on Game Pass for Xbox. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, go play this. Like, 100%. It's $20, I think, regular style anyway. $20. So it's pretty cheap anyway. But if you have Game Pass, it's there very easily. I highly recommend playing. Like, it's fun. Also, it's maybe 5 hours.
Yeah, I think it took me like between 5 and 6, probably. Depending on how crazy you go with exploring things. But
right.
I feel like you'd probably cap out at 7.
Yeah.
Maximum.
That's what I would think. Because each map has a location you go to isn't that big. Like, you can explore end to end, but usually towards the ends there aren't as much to dialogue with. There's some stuff, but most of the dialogue is in the main places they want you to go. So but yeah, I guess last thing I would say in the non-spoiler is definitely go check it out. Like, this was a really fun game and different than anything else I've played. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, if you're into story-driven games and like funny things, I guess, definitely pick this game up.
Yeah.
And I think for your Xbox Game Pass reference too, I think if you sign up now for Game Pass, you get it for $1 for 3 months or something like that, or $1 for 1 month. I forget. So you could potentially play this game for $1 even if you don't have Game Pass already.
Wow.
So that's also something.
Even better.
Yeah, I ended up just buying it, but.
Right, but that's a. Game Pass for try it out for $1.
Yeah, and
that's sick.
Play out some other games while you're at it too.
Right. Might take advantage.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I guess that's our spoiler-free thoughts, though. So now we're going into kind of our full-blown recap. This is, of course, spoiler-filled.
Full of them.
So if you want to play it, go play now and pick back up once you finish playing. But from here on in, full spoilers.
You've been warned.
All right. So the game begins, and Milo and Lola are at this college graduation party, and they are at a party that's clearly not with their friends necessarily, but maybe like people they know. It's kind of like, oh, this is the college party that's happening, so we came kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like their classmates they might know the names of, but don't actually like to talk to.
Right. And so they're there. Right away, there's a part where Milo says, oh, this isn't as good as a party with controllers. Those are better. And then he gets made fun of for playing video games, which was great because we're playing a video game getting made fun of for it.
Yep. There was a lot of moments like that in this game.
There was.
Like meta moments.
Yeah. Very meta. Very meta game. So that was pretty funny. I was like, we're getting made fun of for video games immediately.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, 30 seconds in.
Yeah, immediately. And so the conversation Milo and Lola are having is Milo wants to have a college memory kind of thing of like, we graduated college and like, did we do anything? What's like the thing? And Lola's attitude is more kind of like, these people all suck.
Yep.
That's kind of her attitude. And so you have this part where you attempt conversations with people there, which is super funny. Milo tries to talk to people, and then they make fun of him for like throwing up.
Yeah. What do they call him? It's some
Colonel Shitlip.
Yeah. Or is that the only one?
Or something like that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So something like that. So they make fun of him. And he's like bummed out, and so then Lola's like, "All right, fine, I'll show you how to have a conversation." And it goes equally poor.
Yeah, for different. They don't make fun of her, but she just doesn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, and they like don't know who she is, and she's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
we've been in multiple classes together, all that. So that's pretty funny. Just seeing that they're both uncomfortable and they kind of want to be there, but not really. Mm-hmm. Two people burst into the party. And they say, is there a Milo and Lola here? And they're like, it's us. And they say that your parents were both hit by a train. And right now their organs are inside the train wheels. And they've kept them going so they can give you their last words.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
And Milo is like fooled. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Our parents and Lola's like, they're fucking with us.
Yeah.
And so then the room suddenly goes dark. All the lights go out, and all these demons show up, and they start to tease Milo and Lola and be like, you were so scared, you're so dumb.
What?
What? Yeah. And so then the demon's boss shows up, and all these walls fall down that were the college party, and that they're not at the college party, and instead they're at like not a train station, but something like it, essentially.
Yeah.
And the demon boss shows up and is like, hey, stop fucking with the new people.
Yeah. And it's your first interaction with the funny demons.
Yes. So, and so what we get is the boss says, hey, you guys died. I hate to break it to you. You guys died. You're in hell. And you need to go to processing. So it's a very abusing way to start this game, is that the demons are just fucking with them immediately. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, let's like recreate this bad experience for them.
Yeah. For no reason.
Yeah. It seemed like they were just bored at work, and so like, hey, let's fuck with the new people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly it.
And this 100% sets the tone for like, I feel like what this game is like. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you went through this interaction and you didn't like it, you probably won't like the game.
Yeah, you should stop playing.
Probably not, because it is more of this, of just like weird, silly stuff.
Mm-hmm. Very quirky.
Yes. So now, in processing, on the way to the processor, Milo's freaking out and is like, oh my god, we're in hell. Hell's real. God's real. Yeah. We're in hell. Like,
that'd be a pretty fair reaction.
Yeah, he's freaking out, and Lola's kind of like, whatever, we'll go to processing. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And as they're going, you see the credits for the game as you walk, which is pretty fun. So you start seeing the people's names, Night School Studio, all that stuff. And you get to hear some... and really through the whole game, like we mentioned earlier, but different conversations that like random demons are having and stuff like that. So.
Or demons and people, or because there's a bunch of other people down here in hell too.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's not only demons. There's people there. Mm-hmm. So we get to the processor, and we get assigned to table 2, and here's where Lola freaks out instead. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh my god, we're dead. We're in hell." So she has her freak out.
Took a while.
Yeah. It didn't quite hit as real until then. She freaks out, and then our audit demon shows up and asks us some various questions, like, how do crowds make you feel, or things like that.
Try to see what our insecurities are, so she can... Yeah, I guess the point of the audit demon's, like, just to make you feel shitty in between, like, business hours, which is when you're getting tortured.
Right.
So, yeah, 9 to 5 is, like, the business hours, and then... after hours, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yes, yeah. So during your business hours, 9 to 5, that's your when you get your torture. So once you get to hell, you get assigned your torture time. So demons to torture you for that time. But then after that, you can kind of wander and do your thing. Mm-hmm. But what the audit does, as Jordan mentioned, is so your audit gets done, and then you get a personal demon assigned to you. So the personal demon knows the varying things about you. Oh, you have to shoot a head through a basketball hoop?
Oh, yeah, right? You did. Yeah. Is that at this part? Oh, yeah, you did. That's part of the audit.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, it's funny. It was like limited athletic skills. Or
yeah, yep.
So it's funny. They just wax you. But our personal demon is assigned, who is Wormwood. Or Wormhorn. Sorry.
Yeah, Wormhorn.
Wormhorn, yes.
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I think that if I say Wormwood other times, sorry, I definitely wrote it down that way at times and then tried to change it. But Wormhorn is her name, Erin Vet. She is very annoying.
Yeah.
But I like her. I don't like her as Milo and Lola, but as the character. Mm-hmm. She's very annoying, but I never felt annoyed as me, Dan. Like, I felt annoyed for the characters or, all that, but...
Yeah. Her dialogue was really good.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Super funny.
She's a really bad personal demon.
Yeah.
She's not very good at getting under their skin. At least at this point.
Yeah, very antagonistic, that kind of thing, and, obnoxious. Mm-hmm. Really probably everything a personal demon would and should be. Mm-hmm. Very much so. But yeah, I was surprised. Her job was to be annoying, and I felt annoyed for the characters, but not annoyed as me. Mm-hmm. Which is, I think, hard to do. Because annoying characters usually...
annoy
you too.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're like, I hate this person. Like, when they're on screen, I don't like it. It wasn't that way with Wormhorn. I was like, I like this, but I feel annoyed as Milo and Lola. Mm-hmm. I guess also... you play as Milo and Lola through the game. Also, they were assigned together, so they process together, their personal demons together. They're together the whole time.
Yep.
And you play as each of them, and sometimes you get to choose, other times it just switches for you. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's legit a duo the whole time, though.
Yep.
So you get assigned Wormhorn as your personal demon. Now you're back to the processor after your personal audit's done. You hear other people in hell get assigned their punishments. Like one guy's thing was that he would be hung by his dick, and then his head would be a tetherball for kids.
Yeah. Yep. Which sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I forget the other. There's only 2, I think, at least at that point.
And then his girlfriend, or who he was with, hers was, I think, that her boobs get eaten by fish, but then come back bigger and bigger, so that you have back pain when you run.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
It's like, this is the humor of the game. Like, 100%. And they're like, we just robbed liquor stores. It's okay. Another person went to hell before that because they used too many lines in the checkout, in the self-checkout, or the express lane. Yeah. So, even the variants. Milo and Lola don't know why they're in hell, though. No one told them. But so they're getting ready to be assigned their punishment, though, and a whistle blows. Business hours are over. The processor's like, it's quitting time. I'm out. I've got to leave and get the parking spot in the garage before my wife gets off work.
We're like, all right.
And then we're like, wait, what do we do then? He's like, just wander. You're fine. Come back tomorrow and you'll get assigned. And we're like,
I'm not coming back. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. So we're like, oh, we have to wander around hell. And we're walking, and during the credit sequence, we see Sam walk by. She thinks we're some random person that we're not. But so we start to roam, and Sam comes back and says, hey, I can drive you around hell and tell you about it. You're new here, I can tell. Kind of thing. We're like, all right, cool.
Yes, she's like a cab driver.
Yeah, Sam's a cab driver. And she takes us to First and Izzard. And here we go with Sam to a bar because she needs to meet someone named Fornius. And so we get to the bar, and she ends up going to the party upstairs. And I guess, again, this is your big first experience, but you're walking around hell with Sam, who is a demon, showing you the ropes. And, again, seeing kind of all the craziness. You, like, see someone barf. Yeah. You see someone get, like, thrown out of a bar. Like, all the silliness. But she goes upstairs, but it's a VIP party. And so there's a bodyguard in front of it. We can't just, like, get up. So we need to find a way to get into the bar, or into the party upstairs.
Yeah, I think it's a party, too, for, like, a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's, like, his death day, the day he died.
Yeah.
It's, like, the opposite of birthday.
Yeah, so he died a year ago, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, they're celebrating the day he died because he killed a bunch of people. There's,
right.
Like, some famous guy down here. Just like, what the hell? It's funny.
Yeah, super funny. And so what we do is we get 2 patrons to fight each other to distract the bouncer.
Were there other ways to do this? This is what I did too, the distraction.
I think that maybe because the serial killer guy came down there, I wonder if there's a way you could get him to. But, yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, but what you end up doing is, so there's a demon who's talking to a man down there, and they're upset because the kid feels like the demon like betrayed him as a kid, or the guy feels like the demon betrayed him as a kid, kind of.
Yeah, their conversation. Like possessed his teddy bear or something.
Yeah, so we basically egg them on until they fight. And so then when they're fighting, the bouncer comes and deals with it, and we run upstairs. We run upstairs. And when we get up there, Sam tells us that there's a loophole that she knows about, which is if we can outdrink Satan, then we can get out of hell. And we're like, what? And she's like, yep, it's the loophole. She says that Buddha did it, and like a velociraptor or something like that. She had like 3 random things people that did it, but it was like Buddha, a velociraptor, and like someone else.
It's super weird.
Which was super funny and strange. We're like, okay, cool. Well, sure, we'll give it a shot. Like,
why not?
I don't want to be in hell. So we head to Satan's house, and we go through this long line. So Satan's parties, I guess he has one every day, and they're huge, and it can take a long time to get in them. Like, if you don't have a ticket, then you've got to wait in line forever. Yeah. So we walk through this like really long line, and we talk to people along the way. We find out about Bicker, which is the social media.
Yeah, it's kind of like Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, or Twitter maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, probably more like Twitter.
But it's like the hell version of it. And I guess that once you go to hell, it's automatically put on your phone.
Yeah.
And so it's like kind of real time. You can like talk shit about people near you or, all that. So it's pretty funny. And we get to the top of the line, though, and we find out that we need tickets to be able to get in the party. Otherwise, we have to go to the back of the line.
And it would take a long time.
Yeah, because there were people along the way who said they'd been waiting in line for like a week.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Crazy.
So we find out we need tickets. So we look on the phone, and there are some people who are saying they'll give us tickets. I have free tickets, come get them, or I need help with this thing, and then you can have the tickets. Mm-hmm. So from here... Did you also do this? Did you go to Little Rantalia as well? Okay, cool. So you can choose, go to one of two.
Yeah, I did.
So one, which is what we both did, I guess, is we go to Little Rantalia. So there's a woman who says she has extra tickets, she just needs to drink. And then there was another one where I think it's a demon needs help catching someone.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. One seemed more difficult.
Yeah, that was my thought. It seemed like more work, so I decided to do this. So we go to find the woman Linda who has the extra tickets, and we get there and we find out that she has to be with us to be able to use the tickets. So it's not you can just take her tickets and go, but she has to come. And we find out that she's not allowed to leave unless her manager, Ono, gives her the night off. So we're like, okay, cool, we'll ask your boss and then we can go to Satan's party. And Ono will only give Linda the night off if we can find a replacement for her. Because Linda is a singer who was a part of a band that... It wasn't like a metal band, but it was...
It might have been.
Yeah, maybe it was a metal band. So she was in a metal band, but then she left, or they kicked her out. They had some big disagreement. Mm-hmm. So then she made solo stuff on her own that I guess wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But her band has since died, and now they're in hell and they're playing at Satan's party.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, I want to go there and scoff at them. So sure,
Yeah.
I'll give you the tickets if you can get me the night off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But part of her punishment is hell, or maybe the deal she made with Ono, I'm not quite sure. She has to play there for 1,000 nights or 4,000 nights or something like that. So
she's got a lot.
Yeah, she's got to be there a long time. But Ono is willing to say, fine, you can take her for tonight to go to Satan's party, but you need to find a replacement act. So, did you get the shitty rappers?
No, I got the chanting monks.
Oh, cool.
That were in the stockades.
Nice.
Somewhere out front of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't very good.
Yeah, I found shitty rappers.
Nice. Where were they?
They were inside the bar.
Were they the ones you make fun of?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got them.
They were shitty.
They're terrible.
Yeah, well, so were the monks. They chanted.
Yeah. So you get a replacement act, and Ono's like, fine, so here's what you need to do. Have a dance-off with my assistant, and, if we've got dancing with this replacement act, that's probably entertaining enough. So you have a dance-off with the assistant. This was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. It's basically like you use the 4 buttons, and it might be square, square, circle.
Yeah, it's kind of like Simon Says.
Yeah, right. Because they do the dance and then you copy it is the move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do it, but that's kind of your buttons. You just hit them in the proper sequence and
time. Not too difficult.
Yeah, not too hard. We do it. We win the dance contest, and so Ono's like, okay, cool. Linda can have the night off. We'll use this replacement band and dancers, and that'll be good enough. Mm-hmm. And Linda says, cool, let's go to Satan's, and you can get into the party to challenge him for your drinking contest. Then, after this, as we're leaving, we get a review with Wormhorn, where she criticizes what we did.
Yep.
And this sets up a sequence that this happens a couple more times. Mm-hmm. After this, she criticizes what we did. So she's like, you got these replacement act? They're horrible. Do you think Linda's going to actually want to help you? Different kinds of things like that. Mm-hmm. Basically just questioning whatever you decide to do. She tells you how it's wrong and you made the wrong choices. Mm-hmm.
Which she probably does no matter what you decide to do.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought too.
Yeah.
Is she probably, no matter what you do, she pokes at you for it. Mm-hmm. After this, we do make it back to Satan's. and Wormhorn messes with us again. Oh, I guess also this, as we travel, Sam is our cab driver throughout. So what you'll get is every location you go to, you end up calling the cab, Sam picks you up, and then you have a cab ride through the lava, because also the water here is like lava.
Yeah.
And you have a cab ride where Sam basically gives you advice for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think it's like the loading screen.
Yeah.
I would assume, but it's like enjoyable.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think you're right. I think it's got to be the loading screen. Like, it still has motion, but it's basically like just a boat on water kind of
lava
thing.
water.
Lava water.
Yeah.
And then Sam tells you some things. Sam's really fun, so I'm really glad that like this is the load screen or the transport thing. Is like she just gives you little quips about hell.
Yeah, it definitely adds to it. It never feels annoying.
Yeah.
It's maybe not pertinent information, but it like adds to the overall story and it's fun.
Right. Yeah. So you get that each time you change locations. So Wormhorn, though, once we get back to Satan, messes with Milo. She does this like carnival game thing where it's like where he blew it and his dad was mean to him.
Yeah, basically. They couldn't knock a clown into the dunk tank or something.
Yeah. So then we go to Satan's for the drinking contest, and he says that he will only accept our challenge if we can beat the Monarchs, who are his brothers and sisters who were among the original like fallen angels when God kicked him out.
Yep.
And so he says, if you beat them, if you can get 2 seals or stamps of approval, essentially, from them saying, I beat you, then sure, I'll play you in the drinking contest. And we're like, okay, fine. We'll go get these seals from the Monarch. We'll come back. So then, and you can do this in either order, but this is the order I did it in.
Same with me.
Is I headed back to Little Rantalia and go there to get the seal from Apollyon. And she is like a lawyer in hell.
I think she might be she's like the head lawyer.
Yeah. So important job. But she's at this demon only bar. So you can't get in if you're just a person. Mm-hmm. So
this part's funny.
This is super funny. So we're wandering around Little Rantalia, and there's this German demon food vendor.
Yeah, with terrible food.
Which is, it's so fucking funny. It's like...
her name's like Lutzelfrau.
Yeah, full Lutzelfrau. Like,
yeah.
That's her name. That's how she talks. It's super funny. Like, my candy? Like,
yeah.
It's super funny. And so... but her snack cart, no one will buy from it.
Because it sucks.
People think it sucks. It looks like it sucks. And she's like, will you eat for my snack candy or my cart? And we're like, yes, but you have to give us your cloak. And so she's like, okay, deal.
Yeah, just so, really weird.
So we eat the demon food, the demon nasty candy. It's super gross. We hate it. But it draws like a bunch of demons to her cart. So she's like, cool, here's my cloak.
Yeah, and then instead of, while she's giving us the cloak, everyone steals from her cart, so she doesn't actually make any money.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's super funny.
Yeah.
So we have the cloak, and she's a very tall demon. And not all the demons are tall, but they're, I guess, really all shapes and sizes. Some are big, some are short, some are really tall. She's really tall, Lutzelfrau. And so Lola gets on Milo's head. And sits on his neck. So that's how we're a tall demon. Is it's 2 people on top.
Yeah, with like a hat on top.
With a hat on top.
Yeah.
It's super fucking funny. Every movie where people are trying to pretend to be grown-ups.
It's this.
Yeah. It's so funny. So we put on our Lutzelfrau disguise, and we go to the demon-only bar, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're a demon. You can come in.
Yeah. And there's a couple other interactions. Did you interact with the bartender much in this bar?
A little bit, and then I sat down at drinks with Apollyon. Did you sit down with her?
Yeah, but if you interact with the bartender, she makes a bunch of comments about how you're definitely a demon, and your voice sounds like 2 kids pretending to be a demon.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
This part was one of the parts I laughed the most. I was like dying at this part.
It's really funny.
So we go to speak to Apollyon and sit down at her table. We have to like give our name. I did Lutzelfrau. I did Colonel whatever.
Oh, Shit Lips?
Yeah.
Or whatever his nickname was?
Yeah, whatever his name was. This one wasn't Shit Lips, though. It was like Colonel, or General Colonel something. It was like a head demon, though. It was like a really important, like, war hero demon.
Oh, God.
So then they're like, oh, tell us about this battle and stuff. And so I'm just fucking making stuff up. It's so funny. Like, they all revere me because they're like, oh, you're this demon? Like, this is really important.
What drink did you drink?
I don't remember which one. I wish I would have kept better track of that.
Yeah, it would have been funny to write these. But I remember distinctly, I drank there's that one where you just tell shitty jokes.
Okay.
I drank that one, and every time they asked me a question, I would just respond with, it reminds me of this joke, and just tell some awful joke.
That's amazing.
It was really funny.
That's so good.
Yeah. They weren't suspicious, though, which was surprising.
So, okay, when you did that one, this was something with the drinking system that it took a little bit for me to figure out. But so, if you take a sip of it, it gives you the new option, right? You get the third option.
Yeah.
And so it could work that way each time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because also some of them, when you chug them, then it would like make it all like you were drunk.
Yeah, like the screen would get kind of blurry. Yeah. Which I think it would sort of do that after each drink, but it would. Yeah, if you just chugged it, you'd be drunk.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of drinks. I guess we didn't really hit on this yet, but there's like, I don't know.
Each bar has like 4 specialized drinks, maybe?
Yeah.
So.
And some are the same across different bars,
yeah.
But then you really get to see the full list once you get to Satan.
Yeah, because he has a full bar.
Yeah, he has everything.
Yeah,
so
he's
I think
got all the drinks in the game.
There's like 15.
Yeah.
Maybe 20, I'm not sure.
And each drink has a silly name to go with it. And then, like you said, will give you certain quote-unquote powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like courage or evil genius or shitty joke telling, things like that.
Yeah, so they all have like their own things, which I feel like if you just explored with the drinks, like I kind of wish I could. I don't think you can do this because I don't think it's this kind of game. But if you could go back to like a certain chapter and then just do all the drinks, like and just like do the shitty joke one and just play one part of the game, just
and only answer those. Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Or whatever. So that yeah, but it is fun. They do different stuff, which is cool. So ultimately, though, through talking with Apollyon, also there's like naked demons and people like on the rafters.
Yeah, there's in a cage dancing. Oh, there's yeah. So eventually you go to Apollyon's office right after you hang out with like all the people in the bar, and she has a naked man dancing in the cage above her, and he's like meowing.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
Yeah,
like this game is like all the silliness, all the silly weirdness.
Yeah, you're like talking, and then just see like, because I had subtitles on, there's just guy in the cage meow. It's funny.
And so good. Yeah. So we're back in Apollyon's office though, after drinking with her and her friends and making shitty jokes or whatever we do. She says that she's going to give us the seal. We're getting appointed to this lawyer team, and if we can get a guilty verdict for our client, we want them to fall and lose. And say, okay, cool. We do that, we'll get the seal. Or no, then she'll drink for us to give us the seal.
Yeah, then we have to compete against her to
we'd have to compete against her, but she'll give us the time of day.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. So we're thrown into a demon trial for a guy named Roberto, who we saw at the beginning of the level, who tried to talk to us. I just walked away.
I walked by him too.
Yeah.
He's convicted of like mass murdering a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But he doesn't sound like a mass murderer.
Right. And so we get to the trial, and it's us and our like co-lawyer, and we're defense. And our co-lawyer is coming up with like different things like, oh, we found out that like there was this demon who like actually said he did it, and he like pretended to be this guy, or like different defense things.
Yeah. And
we basically have to keep trying to like throw the case.
Do you know what happens if you don't throw the case?
I don't know.
I think it's an option.
Yeah.
I did it anyway.
Yeah, I threw the case also.
I think there's probably a way to do it.
Yeah, I wonder what ends up happening. That'd be interesting to see.
Like watch a playthrough or something with it.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mostly the playthrough stuff I did watch was stuff more towards the end.
Same. Yeah.
Instead of some of the middle stuff, but that'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that like this is one of the questions I had, which we can talk about at the end. But yeah.
Yeah.
Branching things. What would have happened if you were like, no, I'm not going to throw this. If she just doesn't care, or how does that affect the end of the game?
Yeah, maybe he ends up failing for a different reason.
Yeah.
Maybe the judge would just rule against him no matter what.
Yeah, I could see that probably happening.
I could see that since it's hell.
Yeah, they'd be like, no, you're stuck here. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. I threw the case though for Roberto to be guilty. It's like, this is what Apollyon wants. Fine, whatever. So then we travel back to First and Izzard to meet up with Apollyon. And for our drinking contest with her, we have to stack shots. So take a shot, throw the glass, and then throw the next glass on top of it. Mm-hmm. Do it that way.
You have to stack 5, maybe 6 glasses. And then whoever stacks them first wins.
Yep.
So again, I don't know what happens if you don't win here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, she gives you another chance.
Yeah, maybe you get a second shot.
Or maybe just
I think you do, because earlier, at least, I think for the to get Linda at the dance contest, to get her out of it at that dance contest earlier in the bar, I failed that the first time because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
But then I got to do it again for some reason. So maybe you just get to do it again.
Yeah, I wonder.
I'm not sure, but I think I failed that dance contest the first time because I was not paying attention. So I was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to click it," this kind of thing. I was just watching.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah. I thought it would just go. So we beat her though, and she signs our seal. One seal down, one to go. Mm-hmm. Then we again have our review with Wormhorn. She criticizes what you did. You condemned Roberto to hell. How could you do that?
That's a pretty fair point.
Yeah, which was a fair point. It's we are trying to escape hell.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, so she comes at you a bit for it. Fair. After this, we head to Thrall City to get the second seal. I guess also of the monarchs, there's 4 of them, I think, that get presented when we first get to the cab with Sam. But she tells us that 2 of them are out of the picture. They're not here. So I think you have to go to... we're going to Asmodeus at Thrall City, but Asmodeus and Apollyon. I think those are our only 2 choices.
Yeah. I forget what the third... Well...
Yeah.
I forget what the one that's missing is.
Yeah, I forget their names. Maybe
it was Beelzebub.
Beelzebub or something.
I think that was one of
them. Maybe
that's...
Yeah. They mentioned their names, but they weren't...
available.
Yeah, available. So Sam directed you to these 2.
Yeah, specifically. Yeah.
So we head to Thrall City, though, to challenge Asmodeus to get his sign. This part of the game was really great, too.
Yeah.
So
this dude's crazy.
Asmodeus is the ultimate heartbroken party boy. Mm-hmm. He'd had a relationship that fell through, that didn't work out. Maybe with his wife and him broke it off, or I don't remember.
Girlfriend. I think it was girlfriend.
Someone who was longer term important. So he's really bummed about it. So instead he's just partying his life away.
Yeah. Did you actually end up interacting with her? You can interact with her before you go to the bar.
Oh no, I didn't.
I stumbled upon it.
Oh.
Because there's this other, looks like a fancy club or restaurant. It's a restaurant.
Okay.
And you can try to get into it, and the lady, I forget her name, but she and her 2 friends fall on you from the sky for some reason.
Oh, that did happen to me.
Yeah.
Because one of them's president of Bicker.
Yeah. That's his ex-girlfriend or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny because they were we talked about Bicker and they're oh, you have social media in here, and they were yeah, Earth's way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
Yeah.
Saying that Earth's social media is more toxic than...
Yeah. It was funny. Yeah.
It was super funny.
Yeah.
Good joke.
It was really funny.
But so Asmodeus, he just wants to party. He's I'm just having fun. And we're well, could you give us our seal? Just get out of your way, let you party, but we want to do this thing. And he's whatever. He's kind of stringing us along, which is really what everyone in hell tends to do.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't really care. They're just kind of try to brush you off if you annoy them. Mm-hmm. But he gives Milo this drink that makes him vomit his conscience out.
Yeah.
And so it's this little clear guy of Milo that's next to us who's super innocent, all like the good of Milo. So it's really funny that Milo is separated from his conscience, and then Milo's conscience gets picked up by Wormhorn.
Yeah.
Wormhorn's like, "Oh, you want to get out of here, big man?" He's like, "If you would like to do that, yes." So Milo's conscience leaves with Wormhorn, which is funny.
Yeah.
And then Milo, without a conscience, is like full crazy. He's like, "Man, fuck Asmodeus and fuck hell and fuck Wormhorn and fuck my conscience." Like,
no conscience.
he's which is really funny playing as Milo in this mode. Like, Milo is definitely more timid and nice-ish, I would say, before this, and then without the conscience, he's just crazy man.
Yep, no inhibitions.
It's super funny. All the dialogue stuff with him in this is so fun.
Yeah.
Because, it's like your answers are like, fuck you or fuck you. Almost.
Yeah, they're
like
just extreme.
They're all extreme. So we work to get Milo his conscience back. What ultimately happens is you like jump off this balcony onto a bouncer.
Yeah. And then some other demon does it too after you.
Yeah. It's like, this is awesome. What did we think of this? So funny. So we jump on the demon bouncer where Wormhorn and our conscience, Milo's conscience is. And so Milo gets his conscience back.
Did you talk much to Wormhorn at this point?
Yeah.
She has some funny quotes about like, I would take your conscience here into the sewer and make him a real man, but
yeah.
I'll let you have him back or something like that.
Yeah, you get that. Also, Milo's without his conscience is like full like cynic about love and like, romance and stuff like that. It's super. It's like telling Lola all these things like love's a myth and like everyone just dies alone anyway. And, like, all this crazy stuff. But Milo gets his conscience back, and after having his conscience back, we get Asmodeus to have a dance-off with us, and that's how we can have the seal. He's like, fine, do a dance-off with me. So
we could also try to get him and his girlfriend back together. Yeah. I didn't do that. I did the dance-off because it seemed quicker. But
yeah, that was my thought too. So did the dance-off and beat him, and so we get the seal there. He's like, oh man, I haven't had this much fun, whatever. So after you get his seal, you again have a review with Wormhorn, criticizing what you do, specifically coming at you for not getting them back together was a big thing in there.
Yep.
And also making fun of Milo's conscience and Milo for when he didn't have it and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah.
We head back to Satan's house, and once we get there, Wormhorn reveals times where Milo and Lola betrayed each other on Earth, and you've got like it's basically a split screen of the college party, one on each side. Milo's in one side and Lola's on the other, and Wormhorn kind of spills the beans on various things. So there was Milo one time hid like a letter in the mail that Lola got about like a volunteer day thing for school credit, and he hid it because he was like, I was feeling depressed and I wanted you to spend time with me and I didn't want you to do that. And she's like, you forced our friendship, you prisoned friendship to me, that's wrong. Yeah. Kind of thing. And then Lola turned out and made up some nickname that Milo had.
Yeah, I think it was the
it wasn't the shit lips, but it was a different one, I think.
Yeah, it was one that he hated.
Yeah, it was one they didn't like.
Yeah, I forget what it was too, though.
Yeah, it wasn't like the worst. Like, it wasn't a foul word, but it was like...
not the nicest.
Yeah, not the nicest. Not a nickname you'd want your friend to give you.
Yeah.
And so they were both very hurt by each other. And they end up having a fight, and Lola leaves upset. And she's like, I'm out of here. Like, screw you. And leaves. Satan shows up, though, after the fight, and tells us that personal demons only have a 24-hour life cycle, that, they're reincarnated every day. They're not real demons, essentially. Like,
yeah, he was really going in on Wormhorn.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but...
Yeah, he's going in on Wormhorn, and was like, Wormhorn, I don't recall inviting you to this party. And, you have 1 hour left. I suggest you spend it wisely.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for Wormhorn here, actually, which I was surprised by.
I kind of did.
Because Wormhorn just kind of is, like, deflated and is like, okay, bye. And, like, leaves. And I felt kind of bad, because I was just like, oh, that sucks, kind of. Like, you've been annoying all night, but I feel a little bad for you here. Not like especially bad, but like I feel a little bad for you.
I didn't feel that bad. I was kind of glad, like, yeah, Satan, get her. She sucks. Which, yeah, there's various points where Satan was kind of, like, not terrible. I mean, to us directly.
Yeah, right.
This was one of those times.
Yeah, that's true. So then Satan says, okay, well, one more stipulation. I will challenge you. I'll accept your challenge to the drink-off. But you need 3 friends to compete with you as teammates. Because as we all know, all drinking contests involve a team. Also, Satan's posse are 2 demons and a guy named Chad.
Yeah, that was really funny, yeah.
Chad from Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Which is
it's like
hilarious.
super random.
Yeah. So funny. So he's like, I have my team. You need to go get yours. And so we're like, all right, fine. So Milo gets a text, though, from Sam saying where Lola is. So this is the only time you ride with a cab driver that's not Sam. Mm-hmm. It's with some other person.
Rando.
Yeah, who takes you to where Sam and Lola are at the bar, which I think is the first bar at the beginning of the game. And we reunite there and basically like affirm our friendship and that we're into this together still. Mm-hmm. Kind of thing. Which was good. That was nice. So then Sam takes us to... She's like, I've got to meet someone. It's pretty urgent. Can you come there? And we're like, okay, who are we meeting? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm here to meet you. And we're like, what? She's like, well, I have something I want to, like, tell you. It's really important. This guy walks by and he says, hey, Sam, tell your asshole brother Satan to stop fucking with me. And then she's like, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, wait, what? Satan's your brother? And she's like, yeah, he is. We're like, why didn't you tell us? And
yeah.
It's like, well... I didn't want to, like, I don't know, spoil it or jump the gun or whatever, that kind of thing. We're like, okay, cool. And so then she tells us what happened. She says that at the time when Satan rebelled against God, that Sam, she didn't rebel, but she also didn't choose God. Mm-hmm. And so she got kicked out too. That she was like, I just wanted my family to stop fighting, basically. But she was like, I didn't choose God either, so I got kicked out also, because God wasn't really into that. So that's why I'm here. I'm not rebellious like Satan, but also when she got here, she made like a temple that...
Like a church kind of.
Yeah, a church kind of thing that I guess you can commune with God some at.
Or you could try to.
Or try to. Yeah, it was a little unclear. But she did that because she wanted communication to be able to be open. It almost seemed like it would be like a phone line.
Yeah.
It's a church, but it's almost a phone line to heaven or something like that. Mm-hmm. But she's like, I wanted to keep the communication lines open. Satan, though, my brother, he was mad at me for doing this, so he made me be a cab driver forever.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So then we have the option to decide our other 2 teammates while we're with Sam driving around and can choose our teammates. So I chose Sam and Apollyon.
That's what I did too.
You did the same?
Yeah. Were there other options? These were the first 2, so I picked them.
Yeah, they were the first 2. There are more. I guess you can get Osmodius, I think.
That makes sense.
I guess there's a random drunk guy you can get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then a couple other ones.
Linda?
Yeah, I think Linda might be one. Maybe some other people. But yeah, I chose Sam and Apollyon. I really like Sam, so
yeah,
of course I was going to choose you.
Yeah.
And then Apollyon, I was like, yeah, you were pretty cool. Like, maybe I wouldn't have chose her if we didn't throw Roberto trial, then she'd probably be mad at us.
Yeah, she probably would.
Then I wouldn't have probably chose her. Maybe I would have moved to someone else. But our interactions were pretty good, I felt like. So I was like, whatever, I'll choose you.
Yeah, I would like to see what happens if you choose different people, especially at the end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we head to Satan's to try to challenge Satan. He then tries to decline again.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Sam, when she reveals that she's Satan's sister, she also gives us another seal and is like, in case he tries to screw you and say, oh, I meant 3 seals. Well, now you've got 3. Mm-hmm. Like, that kind of thing. So we're like, oh, thanks. Like, you're...
Yeah, I wonder if this is what happens if you don't condemn Roberto, if you get this as your second one.
That would make
that
more
might be
sense.
a thing.
That's probably it. I bet you're right. Because I'm guessing that with Osmodius, you probably do the dance thing until you win.
Yeah.
But
if you fail, maybe you're like, well, I guess we got to get him in his person back together.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the last option.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that would make sense. Because, yeah, so then maybe no matter what, you get Asmodeus's either by getting them together or by the dance thing. But if you don't get it from throwing the trial, then maybe you just get Sam's here. That would make sense. That would make sense. So we get there, he tries to decline it, and then surprise intervention.
Oh yeah, well, because throughout this whole thing too, there's kind of talk that maybe Apollyon's going to try to overthrow Satan and be like the leader of hell, because Satan's not doing his job because he just parties and gets drunk all the time. Mm-hmm. So we know this going in, but it's not that, it's an intervention.
Yeah, we know. Funny. Yeah, we know that there's some strife between them, but then there's this surprise intervention.
Yeah.
Which we were surprised by.
Yeah.
It felt like
That's funny.
The Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Intervention. You can't get away.
Yeah. You're trapped.
You're trapped. They're like, the intervention's not supposed to be that way. That's how this felt.
Funny. Yeah.
That's how this felt.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Also, watch that Sunny episode if you haven't seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Super funny, yeah.
It's very funny. But we get there, and it turns out Roberto is the best intervention specialist in the world. So that's why Apollyon had him come down here and go to hell, is thinking he could be able to lead this intervention to get Satan on the right path, kind of thing. But Satan's not having any of it. He's like, I don't have a problem. His friends are like, no, Satan doesn't have a problem. He's just cool and has fun. That's kind of the vibe. Satan sets Roberto on fire and sends him out of hell or something.
Or just kills him, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Yeah.
So he's like, nope, we're doing the challenge. And for me, I'm kind of like, I don't want to do this now. Like,
yeah, it seems kind of bad.
Like, you're given the option of like, yeah, let's do it. Or like, I think there's bigger things to do now, Satan. Like, which I tried to play that way.
That was my play too.
Sam and Apollyon are both very like, no, you've got a problem, bro. Like, we gotta, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the route I took too.
So you get to beer pong, and it's 4-on-4. So each character gets a shot, and then the next one goes, kind of thing. What ends up happening is Sam and Polly won't play, so they won't shoot, so their turn just gets skipped. Counts as a miss. On Satan's team, Satan is got buckets. He gets them all.
Yep.
And his teammates aren't very good. I don't think
they made any of them.
Yeah, I don't think they made any when I played either. And I guess here also, if you have other teammates, some of them make them shots.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. If you have
different teammates, some of them will shoot, and some of them are actually good.
Okay.
I think maybe like Crazy Drunk Guy always hits them or something like that.
Really?
So there's like a funny one like that.
Should have done that guy.
Yeah, something weird like that. But
yeah, I didn't win this.
I didn't win this one either. I
made 2, I think.
Yeah, I ended up playing after a little bit, but at first I was like, am I supposed to do this? Like, if I could have declined playing, I would have, but because it made me, I was like, all right, I guess I'll try to do it. But I think I only got 1 or 2 also. I wasn't very good at it. So then after this, the intervention goes further. Apollyon's like, no, Satan, like, we can't do this. Don't do this drinking contest. You have a problem. I think Satan like passes out for a second and falls on the ground. He falls on the ground. Also, Satan's like 16 feet tall.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's really, really big. He's the biggest character, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So when he falls, and then his friend's like, oh, big guy, you just took a tumble. It's okay. Like that kind of thing. Like, it's,
big guy.
Yeah. But Satan's mad, and so he snaps us to... what's the in-between place of heaven?
I forget what they call it.
They call it something.
They have some name.
Yeah, they have a name. I forget it right now. If we remember, maybe we'll say it. But he snaps Milo and Lola there, where they can have their next part in the drinking contest done away from everyone else, because he doesn't want to deal with them, and he just wants to do the contest and have fun. So this one is stacking shots. For this one, I didn't play at all.
Oh, you didn't? You just forfeited?
So I just forfeited. So, because you can, like, talk to him, and I just kept being like, dude, Satan, you've got a problem. So that's the route I went. Did you stack shots?
I played. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you win?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep, I got out.
Nice. Awesome. So we got different endings. Very cool. So I didn't participate at all. I was just like, I won't do it.
What does he say?
He's just, like, kind of gets at you, like, oh, come on. Like... I don't have a problem. You have a problem. You're not gonna get out of hell. You're not gonna get out of hell now.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. So then you get a title card saying 3 months later.
Mm-hmm.
So my ending is the forfeit ending. So Milo and Lola are talking in the bar, and they celebrate that Lola got this job in demon processing or something.
I think she's being like a lawyer.
Oh, a lawyer. You're right. A hell lawyer.
Yeah, hell lawyer. Yeah.
She gets a job there, and we're celebrating it. Then Sam shows up. She like crashes her car through the bar, and she shows up and she says, "Hey guys, I've got a loophole to get you out of hell. We have to do it in one day, though, and, it's going to be even better than the last time. It's going to be more this and that."
It's like maybe you can jump. Maybe there'll be voices, like things like that.
Yeah, maybe you can jump. Maybe you could carry an item.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll find out. Yeah.
Who knows, yeah. Which was fucking great.
Yeah, and they're like, what?
All the meta, again. Loved it. So she says that, and then we're like, yeah, fuck it. This place sucks.
Yeah. She's like, "Do you guys want to leave?" And I was like, "Yeah, this place sucks." It's funny.
Yeah. So, awesome. Forfeit ending, great. But then the Earth ending, which is what you got then, is Milo and Lola are split screen talking on the phone. And they're talking about where they live. I guess they should have been said throughout. After college, Lola was going to leave and move
Seattle?
Seattle or California.
Or Washington? I don't remember.
West Coast.
Yeah.
From where they live, so it's 3 hours difference. She was going to move. Milo was going to stay in town, though, to work at his family's place. And
shop.
At the magic shop. And so there was some tension because they both felt like they were ditching each other, kind of. Like, Milo felt like, "You're leaving me here where we went to school." And then Lola's like, "You're not being adventurous and going anywhere," kind of thing. So there was tension in hell about that. Because they hadn't really talked about it before they went there.
Yeah.
But they're talking on the phone about where they live, and Milo's going to fly out there tomorrow to come visit. And Milo wonders, he's like, "Do you think it was better when we were in hell?" And you can respond either way, but when the one I watched, it was like, "Yeah, maybe."
Yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah.
That's
what I said.
Which is kind of funny. And they're like, "Well, we'll probably be back there anyway, right?"
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And they're like, "Yeah, they probably don't like it when you bust people out of hell with you." And then you see that your teammates are out of hell and they live with you. So
Sam and Polly.
Sam is at the magic shop with Milo on the playthrough I watched. And then Apollyon is with Lola. And Apollon's like, "Oh, did you see the guy he chose in The Bachelor?" Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
This is funny.
So, really funny, and then over.
Yeah.
So both of them kind of leave with was the other one better? It was pretty funny. And that's the game.
Very good.
Very good. Also, this is, I don't have this as a general thought, but a joke that I liked that was in there. When Apollyon was talking, when they were talking with Apollyon about getting out of hell, Apollyon was like, "I don't care how many podcasts you make when you get out."
Oh, yeah.
It's like, get him. I love it.
That was really funny.
I love it. All the meta humor was very funny. But I really like that joke too.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good jokes.
Get him. So I guess heading to general thoughts though on the game. For me, I really liked this as a follow-up to Oxenfree. I feel like I'm definitely going to buy their next game after this. Like, I liked Oxenfree. I like this. Night School Studio, whatever Game 3 is, I'm in. We'll probably be covering it on this. Like, they've got me sold. I think, like, $20 for your games are 100% worth it. They're a lot of fun. Also, I liked, again, continuing the meta. There's something you ask Sam, and she says, "It's fine, I'll tell you on the next playthrough."
Yeah, and you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, so it was like, after that, you're like, "Oh, is this going to be like Oxenfree?" Where there's like a new game plus, essentially, like, kind of thing. Which there wasn't, but it made you wonder, which was great. Like, from that point on, I'm like, "Oh, am I going to make this decision again later?" Like, that's what made me wonder.
Yeah, dude, this game is really good. I think it'd be cool if they made a little bit longer of a game.
Yeah.
And charged more money.
Yeah.
For them, it'd be good. But I wonder if they keep releasing games every 2 years or a year, it might be good for like $20. It seems to make sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously I want them to make. I don't want to pay more money necessarily, but I want them to make enough money to keep making quality games. Because I appreciate it and respect it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they made like a 10 or 12-hour game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what that could be like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd pay like $40 for that.
Yeah, sure.
Something like that.
I'm sure both games they've made fun story, good dialogue, good characters. I mean, that's most of a game anyway.
Yeah. I really like their dialogue system in these games. Just the couple thought bubbles and how they do them. I like that a lot. It's a good system.
Yeah, and it's nice too because I forget, do they give you your whole response in the bubble, or is it kind of like a gist of what you're going to say?
I think it's kind of a gist.
And I don't ever remember being tricked, glass him,
No,
the
glass
classic
him.
glass him, yeah. It's just like, okay, if I say fuck you, I know what that means, or like, it's just very clear what it means.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate. So they pack a lot into like a few little bubbles of info, and I think we both had this down, but I like the drink system.
Yeah.
There's so many different drink options. I definitely would play again to try different ones.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite ones was the joke one. There's also one that turned you into a pirate. Did you try that one?
I didn't.
I did, and then I drank it real quick because it was like, this is not useful. But
That's so funny.
yeah, there's a bunch of different really funny ones.
Yeah, they're really funny, and they all had funny names too. So there was like a couple ones I wrote down. There was one called Bloody Stool, or another one called Jeffrey Bomber, or one that was called Literally Acid.
Yes, the descriptions too were like, this is literally just acid. It's funny.
It's so funny. Like it's great that they just made jokes everywhere. It's like jokes in the drinks and their descriptions, and then on bicker, and then the people you walk by and the conversations you have. Like it's just little jokes all over.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Also, I guess bicker, of course, being a pretty fun version of social media. I like that. I thought that was fun. And they bicker pops up like as you walk around, so you'll walk somewhere and then you'll like see a tweet, or whatever. So
about something going on.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. But so, do you think that the different drink option dialogue choices and the different, I guess, because there's some different options we had in the game as far as dialogue choices go, and also who we picked to like play with us and what skills we got. Do you think that actually affected the end of the game? Because I know there's two endings objectively.
Yeah, I think there's just
like if it affects, like, do you think the drinking options actually affected the storyline?
I guess it probably affects how you accomplish the storyline. I didn't do this, but I think that some of the drink options were like the flirty ones. Yeah. So I wonder if you could like flirt with the bouncer instead of jumping on him. Or something like that, Yeah. I never did that, but just thinking out loud, like...
Yeah, I didn't try that one either.
Or whatever. I wonder if you could use certain drinking options to like trick through a situation instead, or like that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, well I guess for that specific example, you had to be drunk to jump off the balcony.
Right.
You couldn't do it sober, which makes sense.
Yeah, so there probably was one of them probably lets you talk to him a certain way.
Interesting.
I would guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet there's other situations like that too. I maybe would even want to go back there and play and figure it out.
Like which replacement band you get or how you get them, or how you convince Ono or something like that. Like I wonder if there's a couple ones like that where depending on your drink, it will change how you accomplish the task. Yeah,
I am really curious, like if the different drinking partners did much, or if you can't get certain seals, or if you can. Yeah, I might either go back through and play or watch some videos about that. Yeah. I'm curious.
I wish you could play the game without Milo's conscience. Like, I wish you didn't have to
That'd be back. Fun. It was like a cheat code unlocked or something.
Yeah, if you just didn't get it back and you just moved on.
Is that possible to do?
I don't know. I feel like you had to get it back. But it doesn't seem like you should have to. But...
Yeah, I don't...
Because I would definitely play the rest of the game without it because it's just so crazy. It would be super funny to just keep going that way because he's just so off the walls. It's like I would love to have that, like who's playing Satan in beer pong, talking all the shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, also at Satan's Bar, we mentioned it, but at Satan's Bar it has everything. All the drinks are there. So if you found a drink you thought was especially funny or something, you could make that your drink during beer pong, and so you could do like, oh, we're doing all pirates at Satan's, or whatever. So, yeah, very funny. Have you ever watched The Good Place?
No.
So The Good Place actually has kind of a similar concept. It's a TV show, and a woman dies, and she gets sent to the good place. But I think it's an intermediate of heaven and hell or something like that. Or maybe she's actually in hell. I forget which one. But it's pretty funny because you do get a similar thing where there's like different hijinks that the demons and stuff pull and stuff like that. Ben from The Office, or not The Office, Parks and Rec, Adam Scott. He's one of the demons in it.
Oh, nice.
And he's obnoxious as fuck. It's super funny. Like he starts like harassing her.
It's called The Good Place. Is it like an older TV show?
No, it's like new. I think it's on like ABC or something. So it's not like raunchy or anything like that, but it's pretty funny. It's on Netflix, but I've watched a little bit of it here and there, but the Afterparty reminds me of it, except like, turned up to 10.
Yeah.
Like full crazy. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it was kind of fun.
We talked a lot about this, but I'll mention this again. So that every interaction felt like meaningful and enjoyable. Even like walking by demons, seeing them tweet or hearing them talk about whatever. But everything felt fun and somewhat important.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I guess actually this is kind of a cool change from Oxenfree. Because Oxenfree, you had your like 5 people that are in your crew. And then you interacted with a few things on the island, but there weren't a lot of people there or anything like that. It was like...
Yeah, there wasn't. I don't think there's anyone there, right?
Yeah.
Except there's no one.
So your interactions were a bit smaller. So it was kind of cool to see an opened up cast or characters or whatever. Especially like, I think best side character was Lutzel Frau. That shit was so funny.
Yeah, she was really funny.
That section was so funny. There's a lot of good stuff.
I really like Chad.
Yeah. It's funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny people, demons. They really had it down. Yeah. I guess last we'll move to a little bit of listener feedback on the game. So Christopher on Twitter wrote in and said, loved it. It was fun, and the final showdown with Satan was hilarious. Can't wait to go back and replay it and try options I didn't the first time. Yeah, yeah, same. I think that I definitely want to experiment with the drinks more, because I guess what I did too a lot of times is I'd just have one drink from the bar and then move on. Like I didn't try all 4. But because I think I was trying to like engage with the story, but I think if I would just go and try to engage with all the drinks, that'd be pretty fun of just to see what happens with kind of each one. Oh, also, you mentioned this at one of the bars, but when we were Lutzelfrau, but the bartenders always have phony conversations going on with the patrons right before you that are finishing up.
You're like, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always good.
That's true. Games and Groceries on Twitter says, glitches, corrupted saves, and frame rate issues aside, I think it had an important message to share, being an actual friend to your friends, valuing your family's and loved ones' input, and the importance of identifying your emotional harm to others. I mean, there is a lot of those undertones in this, like in that whole Satan story about him being an alcoholic and trying to get help. It's funny because it's Satan and it's hell. It's just like, I don't know what, but it's done in a way that even he's personable and you want him to do better. And yeah, I guess Milo and I keep wanting to say Milo and Stitch from the Disney Channel or whatever movie.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, that's it.
But Milo and Lola.
Yeah, so it throws me off. But even them and like being actual friends and not using each other, something like that.
No, right. Well, because even there was like a 1.2 where you have a conversation where you're like, are we like friends by convenience?
Yeah, I think it was after the Wormhorn messed with us. Yeah,
and you're like, ow, like that hurts. Like you like felt sad for them like thinking or feeling that way.
Yeah.
Or right, for Satan, like the thought, like since I like threw the game to do the intervention, like I was so crazy. Like I 100% went into this game with like full party mode expectations, and then to get to the end of like, we should have an intervention with Satan because it's good for you. Like I can't believe I got to that situation like, at all. Like or Sam's backstory or different things like that. Like they.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected any of that stuff, and they really landed it well. Was yours glitchy at all?
No, I didn't have any of those frame rate issues, glitches, or corrupted saves. Did you?
Mine glitched a little bit, but not too much.
I had one issue where Sam, when she got in the cab, would be standing up still.
Oh, okay.
But like half of her body was in the lava.
Oh.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That was only occasionally.
Yeah, I think I only had 1 or 2 glitches. Not a lot, not much. It wasn't noticeable too often, but there was like 1 or 2 times where it was like, that seems a little fucked up. But I also played the day it came out. Like, I think it came out on a Tuesday, and I played on Tuesday. I didn't finish the game Tuesday, but I played on Tuesday, so I kind of expected that could happen.
Yeah.
I didn't have any glitches that like got me stuck or anything like that. It was just like, oh, that's messed up looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine was basically smooth.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I did see on PlayStation, at least, I've had maybe 2 update patches like come through.
Yeah, same.
Recently, so they must have figured them out pretty fast.
Fixed them.
Yeah. Drywater on Twitter said, I haven't completely finished it yet, but it's definitely one of my favorite story games so far. So, yeah, that's awesome.
And then Manic on Twitter says, I'm in the middle of playing it. It's taking some time because it's glitching a bit and shutting down, which sucks. So it seems like that's a somewhat common problem. Hopefully they actually fix that. Yeah,
I wonder if them and Games and Groceries both played early on like I did, but maybe it's... I don't know if they're on the same system or anything like that, but...
Yeah, it sucks, though. I mean,
yeah, that sucks. Glitchiness can really pull you out of stuff.
Oh, for sure. Especially shutting down.
Yeah. Yeah, shutting down or your saves getting deleted or something, that's crazy.
Fucking super annoying.
Yeah, that would suck. I would be super annoyed with that. So, yeah, I hope that gets cleared up and you're able to enjoy the game. But, yeah, I guess that's the thoughts on the game. That's Afterparty. A lot of fun.
Yeah, really good game.
A lot of fun. Definitely want to go back and try some drinks and get into more crazy conversations.
Me too.
Yeah, I guess wrapping up, if you'd like to get in contact with us, you could do that on Twitter at StoryEverPod and engage with us on Afterparty. You can also go to our website, TheGreatestStoryEverPlayed.com. As I mentioned earlier, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/TheGreatestStoryEverPlayed, if you'd like to financially support the podcast. Also, if you'd like to rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, that would really help out and just increase visibility of the show. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun talking about this game, and next time we will be back with episode 5 of The Walking Dead season 1. So
finishing it up.
More Dave Fennoy.
Yep, Fennoy.
Yes, yeah, finishing it up. So that's super cool. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
See ya.